Elena Martinez sat on the edge of her bed, staring at the crumpled letter in her hands. The words blurred as tears welled up in her eyes. "We regret to inform you that your position has been terminated due to company downsizing." The letter slipped from her fingers and fluttered to the floor. She had given everything to her job, late nights, missed family gatherings, and even her health. And now it was all gone. At 26, Elena had always been the kind of person who had a plan. She had mapped out her life meticulously: graduate college, land a dream job in marketing, climb the corporate ladder, and eventually start her own business. But life, as she was learning, had a way of throwing curveballs when you least expected them. Elena grew up in a small town where opportunities were scarce. Her parents, both factory workers, had always encouraged her to dream big. "You're meant for more than this, Mija," her mother would say, brushing Elena's hair as she sat at the kitchen table doing homework. Those words had fueled her ambition, and she had worked tirelessly to earn a scholarship to a prestigious university. But now, sitting in her tiny apartment in the city, she felt like a failure. The job she had worked so hard for was gone, and her savings were dwindling fast. To make matters worse, her boyfriend of 3 years had broken up with her just a week before, saying he needed space to figure things out. Elena felt like the walls were closing in on her. One rainy afternoon, Elena found herself wandering aimlessly through the city. She had no destination in mind. She just needed to get out of her apartment. As she walked, she passed a small bookstore with a sign in the window that read, "Your story isn't over yet." The words struck a chord deep within her. She stepped inside, the bell above the door jingling softly. The bookstore was cozy, with shelves crammed full of books and the faint scent of coffee in the air. Elena browsed aimlessly until a book caught her eye. Rising Strong by Brené Brown. She picked it up and flipped through the pages, her eyes landing on a passage that seemed to speak directly to her. "When we fall, we have a choice. We can stay down, or we can rise stronger than before." Elena bought the book and spent the rest of the day reading it in a nearby park. For the first time in weeks, she felt a glimmer of hope. Maybe her story wasn't over after all. Elena decided to take control of her life. She started small, setting daily goals like going for a walk, journaling, or reaching out to a friend. She also began exploring her passions, something she hadn't done in years. She signed up for a photography class, something she had always been curious about but never had time for. As the weeks turned into months, Elena began to rediscover herself. She realized that her identity wasn't tied to her job or her relationship. She was more than her accomplishments. She was resilient, creative, and capable of overcoming anything life threw her way. Elena's journey wasn't easy. There were days when she wanted to give up, when the weight of her struggles felt too heavy to bear. But she kept going, one step at a time. She started a blog to document her journey, sharing her struggles and triumphs with others who might be going through similar experiences. To her surprise, her blog gained a following, and people began reaching out to thank her for her honesty and vulnerability. Inspired by the positive response, Elena decided to take a leap of faith. She used her savings to start a small online business, combining her love for photography and her marketing skills. It was risky, but she was determined to make it work. She poured her heart and soul into her business, working late into the night and learning everything she could about entrepreneurship. A year later, Elena's hard work paid off. Her business began to gain traction, and she was featured in a popular online magazine. The exposure brought in a flood of new clients, and for the first time in a long time, Elena felt like she was living her purpose. But the real breakthrough came when she received an email from a woman who had been following her blog. The woman wrote, "Your story saved me. I was ready to give up, but reading about your journey gave me the strength to keep going. Thank you for being brave enough to share your truth." Elena cried as she read the email, realizing that her struggles had a greater purpose: to inspire others. Today, Elena is a successful entrepreneur, motivational speaker, and advocate for mental health. She travels the world sharing her story and empowering others to rise above their challenges. Her journey is a reminder that no matter how hard life gets, you have the strength within you to overcome it. Elena often reflects on that rainy day in the bookstore when she stumbled upon the book that changed her life. She keeps a copy of Rising Strong on her desk as a reminder of how far she's come. And whenever she feels doubt creeping in, she repeats the words that became her mantra: "Your story isn't over yet." Elena's story is a testament to the power of resilience, self-belief, and the courage to keep going. It's a reminder that failure and heartbreak don't define you. They're just chapters in your story. And no matter how dark the night may seem, the dawn is always within reach. So, if you're feeling lost, discouraged, or stuck, remember Elena's journey. Remember that you are stronger than you think, braver than you feel, and more capable than you know. Your story isn't over yet, it's just beginning. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more motivational content. Let us know in the comments. What's one challenge you've overcome that made you stronger? Your story could inspire someone else to keep going. Remember, you're not alone, and your journey mattered.